Good morning and welcome to morning meditation. Today we're on Psalm 53, and a lot of what Psalm 53 talks about is obviously the fool and how to deal with the fool. The Bible calls people fools, and we need to be careful labeling people, but the Bible definitely gives us characteristics of somebody who is foolish. Psalm 53 says, "The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. Corrupt are they, done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. God looketh down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and did seek him." And basically what it's saying is, in the heart of man, two competing philosophies, if you will. There's a desire to know God, but man also has a desire to worship himself, and that's just foolish. And that's exactly what Psalm 53 focuses on. The fool has an atheistic heart. In other words, he needs to reject God. And boy, it just over and over again, if you look at atheism, they like to say that Christianity's a crutch, but I would say atheism's a crutch because it dismisses any responsibility to God. And everybody knows that. There's 5 natural truths stamped on everyone's heart, and one of those 5 natural truths that's stamped on our heart from the creation of the world is there is a coming judgment. Hebrews 9:27 says it's appointed unto a man once to die, and after this judgment. And it's just foolish to believe that we're not responsible to God. And basically when you talk to an atheist, they'll say, we're not responsible to anybody. When you die, you end up in the earth, and that's the end of it. But then if you talk to an atheist long enough, they'll say, well, I haven't been everywhere. I can't prove there's not a God, but I just can't prove there is a God. Well, I've got news for you, Mr. Atheist, this morning. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you can prove. The truth is given to us. That's why God calls you a fool when you don't believe in him. Look at the sunrise this morning. What a beautiful morning it was. And the sunset and the order of the universe and the fact that the planets travel around the sun. And boy, just over and over again, you look at the intricacies of the human eye, the human brain, the circulatory system, just one thing after another. It's impossible to look at all that and not see that there is a great creator, and that creator's name is God, and he loves you, wants to be involved in your life. That's why the Bible calls a person a fool who has an atheistic attitude. But a fool not only has an atheistic attitude, a fool is actively corrupt. And this is the one I really wanted to get to. Most atheism is based on lifestyle. People choose a wicked lifestyle and to dismiss the guilt. Now, there are times people do need medication, but I think you would have to agree with me this morning. This generation of people are over-medicated. And a lot of times people go and get medication to avoid dealing with guilt of sin in their life. Boy, we all have regrets over things, decisions we've made, decisions we didn't make, times we've been foolish. And boy, when we deal with those Bible principles, we'll have the peace that passes understanding that keeps our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. The problem is we want to be in control. And that's foolish too. Everything is not within our control. Man seems to think he can control the environment. Man thinks he can control the geopolitical landscape of the world. That's foolish this morning. God controls all of those things, and I find perfect peace in trusting God. Last of all, a fool is attacked by fear. That's why they have to dismiss God, because if they admitted God was real, they would have to fear God. But you see all the time, all these unfounded fears people have of the coronavirus, and the coronavirus is real, but so are a lot of other diseases like cancer, all the other things that are going on in the world today. Yes, we should be safe, but we shouldn't live in fear. God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, of power and love, and of a sound mind. If you look at the politics of a fool, it's always based on fear. Fear of the government, fear of what's going to happen next, fear of not having enough money. That's what upsets me about what these governors are doing. They're trying to get you to trust in government and not in God. Now, I'm going to submit to government as long as they submit to God. And I want you to have the peace of God in your heart and life today. John 14, Jesus said, "My peace I leave with you." God bless you and have a great day.